Hey, everybody, it is Mike from the Relating Revolution. What's going on? So, I am here to talk about this is day 18 of 30 on the Expose Your Truth Challenge by Juliana Garcia. Welcome. Please say hello in the comments. Please give a thumbs up, a like, a share, all that good stuff. You know the drill. So, here's the deal. Today's prompt is what is unique about my approach? And whether with couples or with individuals, it is this kind of the same concept that is unique. And what is unique about the approach is that, well, there's we can do more than talk about it. And what do I mean by that? I mean this. If our nervous system is in every single nervous system is born with a built-in survival mechanism, right? Makes sense, right? And so it's like the manufacturer's version of the brain that we are all born with is primed, it is designed to err to the side of survival. And the survival part of the brain has a couple things going on with it. One, it has a built-in negativity bias. That built-in negativity bias means that it is going to filter for, look for, perceive, believe, think, feel, and act, erring to the side of caution, safety, and therefore negativity. It is going to overemphasize the importance and the value of everything that is bad that has ever happened to us, that ever could happen to us. And in order, and so, and it is going to interpret our life through that lens. That is the default mode of all brains. It is not our fault. And so we have a lot of us have anger issues, right? Anger issues or anxiety or worry or doubts. Or maybe we tend to shut down and numb out, or maybe we do all three. Well, guess what? That's all the survival brain can do. The survival brain cannot do anything else. It can only fight, anger, flight, fear, or freeze, shut down, right? Shut down and numb out. So that is the norm. That is normal, but it does not mean that it's natural. And it does not mean that it is the recognition or the realization of our highest capacities. Because most of us want to be happy. We want to be in love. We want to enjoy fine food. We want to write poetry and look at the sunset and be in a state of awe. And we want to, savor that precious piece of music or whatever it is, or we want to love someone else and really connect and have intimacy and all these things that make us really truly human and that we all really enjoy and love most and want out of life are not available to the survival brain. They're not available to the brain that is in survival mode. The survival mode does not give a shit whether you or I are happy, whether or not we have empathy or connection, whether or not we have creativity and inspiration in our life, whether or not we actually, really truly enjoy the company of the people around us. The survival brain does not care about any of that. It only cares about survival. And so, sure, we might have moments here and there when we happen to be enraptured by the moment where we enjoy things and where we, oh, that's delicious, or we have a beautiful moment of connection with another person. But what is unique about my approach is that we recognize that there are practical things that we can do to upgrade our brain from being stuck in a default survival mode, which, by the way, look around out there. How many people do you know that are really beaming with joy, that are really happy, that are genuinely loving, that are genuinely in love with life, that are stoked about being alive, and they're not just like chirping bullshit. They're not new agers. They're actually like grounded. They're successful. They're wholesome. They really got it together. Well, that's because they've in one way or another have upgraded their brain to be in the default mode of what I call thriving. And the thriving mode is responsible for all the things that we really want in life: the joy, the love, the openness, the connection, the success, the creativity, the smiles, the wealth, the health, the happiness, the healing, all these things, right? And what is unique about my approach is that we can do something about it. There are maps, there are tools, there are instructions to go from the built-in default survival mode that we're all programmed with, that it's not our fault. Most of the work out there gets bogged down in the reasons, well, well, I'm upset, I'm angry because of this, or I'm afraid because of this, or I'm depressed because of this. No, you're not. You're angry, afraid, and depressed because your brain is stuck in survival mode. And yeah, those reasons might be after the fact, explaining the situation, but you can do something to change your neurology, your biology, your chemistry, so that you have an embodied experience of joy, openness, love, kindness, awareness, so that that opens you up to worlds of opportunity in terms of health and healing, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, in terms of wealth and career and friendships and connections and marriages. And so no, we can do this as individuals, and we can do this as partners. We can actually create with our partners. We can purposefully activate the neurology, biology, and chemistry of love and trust, so that we actually feel an embodied sense of what we really want. And you kind of like we felt in the honeymoon stages of our early in our relationships. It's not quite as rushy or as intense or like mind losing as that. It's actually quite a bit more grounded and sane and relaxed and open. But there's a deeper there's a bond that we can create, and that's what we do in the relating revolution groups, that will both heal our past wounds, but also really have us step into a new mature relationship that develops not just us as individuals, but not us as a couple, but us as individuals, and our develops our spirit or our soul, or however you want to put that. And so that is what's unique about the approach, is that we don't need to get bogged down in the details of why we're suffering. When there is something that we can practically do about it, we can actually change on a neurological, biological, chemical level by things that we can do that are in our control, that we can follow the steps, the process, right? And so that's what I have to say in answer to this today's prompt. And so again, my name is Mike from the Relating Revolution. Check out the YouTube channel. I'll put that in the description. Say hello, write a comment, send me a private message. I'm going to be doing a Facebook challenge, 5-day free challenge on starting February 15th, just to put that in your brain. And then also a new relationship revolution cohort is going to be starting on March 1st. Love you all. Have a beautiful day, and feel free to reach out. Talk to you soon.